Okay, so hello guys. We are here today to celebrate World Radio Day. And there is Alex and Clem with us. Alex from Romania and Clem from France. And I wanted to ask you, do you know anything about the World Radio Day, or is it a completely unique and new thing for you?
For me, it's something completely unique. I never heard before.
Okay.
And for me, maybe I knew there was something like there is a day for everything, so I could imagine, but I never really interested about search about it. But it's interesting.
Yeah, so
thank you
for inviting you. Yeah, so basically the Radio Day was established in 2011. So it's exactly 10 years since it was first celebrated. And actually this year the main topics are evolution, innovation, and connection. So evolution, the first part is how, together with the changes of the world, the radio evolves as well. So I wanted to ask you, do you listen to the radio, or and if you do, in what way do you listen to it? Do you have traditional radio somewhere in your house, or do you listen to the online radios?
Okay.
Clem, you can take this one.
Alex, you want to start?
You can take this one.
Okay. For me, in France, I'm listening a lot to radio. We have a lot of cultural radio and with jazz music, with cultural shows and a lot of things. So in my home, we used to put the music all day long, and there is always music and a sound in my home normally. But now that I'm doing an Erasmus, I see it more complicated to keep this thing with radio, and because there is I don't have a radio. I don't have also a lot of internet, so I see it complicated. For me, it's more something with to be with others, to listen radio, and that's it.
Because you're a musician, Clem. So this is why we wanted to talk to you. So we wanted to ask you about your music as well, apart from the radio and the Radio World Day. How do you create it? Where do you get inspiration from?
Yeah, it's true. I'm making music. So I have a classical formation. I went to the conservatory when I started when I was maybe 7 years old, and I did all the years, and then when I was in a high school, in a really musical high school that was a bit close-minded, I was a bit bored, and I was like, oh, okay, so now I can do something different to make laugh my friends. So I started to compose music about fruits, because my name is a fruit. So I was like, oh, so I will create some music, and I started with a logiciel that's called GarageBand. Mm-hmm. That is on all the Apple technology things like computer, iPads, and stuff. Yeah. And I started, and then from years to years, I created more and more, and I put more energy, and there were more people that were following and helping me. And now I have also my YouTube channel. You can see my video.
Yeah, we'll check it out later. I wanted to ask you what instruments do you play then?
I play the cello. I have a classical formation of cello, and then I started to play, but more for my personal ambitions.
For entertainment, let's say.
What?
You play for entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment. I start the ukulele, which I enjoy a lot, and also the guitar. But guitar is more complicated too. Actually, no, I started the ukulele because it was really easy to travel with it. To go in vacation, take only your ukulele, because when I was traveling with my cello, I was like, oof, oof, oof. And with my ukulele, it's like, and because I need to have some music in my day, if not, I feel oppressed.
Yeah, you feel overwhelmed.
Actually, if we are talking about traveling, for me, radio is something that helps me to collect my favorite moment, because always when I'm traveling to another country and I hear the most popular song in the radio, like for example in Italy, then it's such an amazing time. And the radio is also a connection. That is another from the Thames this year. So the radio helps to connect to the other
nations and to the other people. And and we want to hear from you, Alex, as well.
I think this is also one of the reasons why I listen to radio. I remember that when I was a child, I used to listen to a lot of radio when my father used to pick me up and drive me to school. So it's one of the good memories that make me remind of radio. Not necessarily in the current times, because radio in my life is pretty much inexistent to these days. But at least the memories are pretty good. I remember I used to listen to radio because I like to see the tops and what's trending in terms of music to complete my playlists, for example.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yes, and also lots of shows like talks and stuff like this, and morning shows. They were also part of the routine. But now we have so many possibilities, and I think the radio lost a bit of its magic, to be honest, because it's a corporate time. I mean, they also need to make money, so they have to introduce a lot of ads and stuff like this. We need to see this from both sides, and now the moderators, the people who are managing the radio, who are talking in the shows and stuff like this, they are constrained. That's what I think.
Okay, and so what do you use? Because you have said that we have so many possibilities. So what is that?
Right now, I don't really use a lot of radio. I listen to some radio when I'm driving with my father, because he likes more to listen to radio.
Yeah, but you said that we have so many possibilities now, so I'm asking you how.
Okay.
I assume that you listen to music sometimes, and you said you talked about the shows on the radio, but
yes,
I guess there are shows somewhere else.
Well, if we watch the comparison between what we have now and what we had before, before it was way more limited, like we only had television and radio, and now we have so many platforms to listen to music or watch shows and hear podcasts and stuff like this. And this opens a lot more opportunities, like you can just filter out whatever you want to listen on a smaller scale, which is it's very good, but it's also very bad in a manner, because you're closing yourself off in your world. You're not hearing to stuff you don't like very much. You only listen to stuff you like properly. If you understand what I want
so
to say.
you are not exposed to the variety, to the information, let's say, that are not in the scope of your interest, right?
Exactly. It's good for focus, because if you're focused on a niche or something and you really want to gain more knowledge into that and stuff like this, or you really want to entertain yourself in stand-up comedy, for example, or I don't know, dark humor or something like that, I don't know, it's good because you also have variety in that niche, and you have a lot of podcasts, and you have a lot of live streams, which is also with video now. Video live streams are very popular in comparison to the radio shows and talks. It gives us a possibility to be more human. I mean, closer to the human interaction, because you also have the sense of sight involved.
Yeah, I agree. On one side, I agree with you. On the other one, I think that what you are describing is this traditional radio, the part with the arts.
Yes.
Because we are on the radio right now. This is the radio, our project. So what I'm saying...
Marta, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that basically if you have just a little bit of spare time and that's it really, and an idea, maybe some equipment, that's it, you can start your own radio. So I guess this is the innovation and evolution that they were talking about. That the radio has changed in a way that it is more dispersed, I would say.
Yeah, and that's amazing about the radio, that you are free to talk about the things that you are interested in, and you can express yourself and change the world by doing that.
Change the world.
No, express your word. Your word.
Okay. So what you were saying, let's say that the topic that you have started was the problem of the whole internet, I would say, not just...
It's not necessarily a problem. I see it more as an opportunity. I mean, it opens up a lot of variety. That's very cool. But we also need to see this from both views. I mean, from both perspectives, because the classical radio is dying because of these opportunities over the internet. I mean, just listening to this small box, like before, it's starting to get less and less popular.
Yeah, what I meant was that you said that you kind of close in your own bubble, within your information comfort zone, let's say. So
I think it's one of the downsides of the variety.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's not a downside of variety; it's a downside of the algorithm, I'd say, because it kind of push the information that it recognizes that you're interested in towards you, and then blocks the other ones.
Yes, well, it's in their interest to have you engaged in their platform as much as possible. So of course they push a lot of stuff you're interested in to keep you involved in there. And yes, you're totally right. It's the algorithm, but that's their business model, so who am I to judge that?
Yeah, sure. Listen, we wanted to talk. We wanted to listen to some music by Clémentine Laphoux. And I wanted to ask you, Clem, which song is your favorite?
Which song is my favorite? Maybe, there is one that I like, but because it's more sad, and one more. But maybe I like Move de la Noix de Coco. I always listen to people this one.
Move de Coco.
It's this one. It's also my favorite one, so I know.
Yeah, I think. Like,
Okay, let's listen to Clementine Lepre.
ouais.
If we manage.
Se l'amour posso fare, I can do a live before.
Hi, you could do it live actually. There's a ukulele.
C'est l'amour de la noix de coco. C'est l'amour de la noix de coco.
Wait, try to sing along. Yeah, so Clem, why is this your favorite song?
I don't know, but I think like because I did a video clip on this one, so it records me a lot of good memories because I did with a group of friends.
Okay.
Who are making some filmmakers. They are like filmmakers and photographers, like only girls, and we are like they are making a crew together and doing all of artistic things. And they did a clip for me, and it was really like a good experience. So now this music is attached to this experience and to this atmosphere, a bit like when at radio, when you're in a different country, when you listen to music and it reminds you after the place you were and the moment with the people you were.
That's exactly the connection.
Radio, and it's a bit the same with the music. Like this music reminds me a place, a time, and some people.
Yeah, okay, so I guess this is what Alice was talking about earlier.
Yeah, of course.
That there is a connection.
Yeah, but the radio is not only music. You can also find some news and what's happening in other countries.
Of course. Yeah, of course. But for me, radio will be more. It's more something about music because I'm more impressed about music. So I will more turn myself into music, so I forget to think that it's also news and podcast and stuff.
Yeah, so I think that the radio can connect us with all the people around the world by the music, that we can discover the music that is popular, for example, in Italy or in Brazil even, but also we can connect with them by knowing about some crises, some natural disasters and other not that happy things.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, if you think about this, as Alex said, that radio is in non-existence in his life. But we are celebrate for this National Day of the World Radio. We are not only celebrating the 10th anniversary, we are also celebrating 110th anniversary of the radio itself. So it has survived such a long time, and it seems that it had to evolve during that time to survive. It would be sad if it disappeared at all in the meantime. So I guess like we could treat a little bit also the podcasts and this more humane part of the radio as the evolution, as the innovation. And there's Olga that connected with us. Hi, Olga. We've been
Hi.
Thanks to that connection.
Hi, Olga.
Thanks for connecting. Yeah, so since you're new here, we wanted to ask you, like, do you listen to the radio? How is it? What's your relationship with the radio now?
I listen to the radio, yes, but I should admit that recently with the internet, I am more to listen to the online podcasts and online web radio because it's a more convenient way to listen to the radio programs, and this way of evolution. I like it. I think that that is the best way in which the radio could evolve, because it's like a more convenient way to listen to the programs and transmissions.
Okay, and do you, because I know that you're studying languages, and do you use foreign radios to study? I mean, not to really study, but to kind of immerse yourself in the language, or is that wouldn't be your first choice?
Yeah, I think if you are the beginner, or if you are a beginner learner of a foreign language, it's a fantastic way to immerse yourself in culture and in language of a particular country, and then I at this point of my language knowledge, because I know both Italian and English, I prefer to watch the movies, to watch the television programs, because watching TV is like you have that two dimension. You have the sound, and you have also the vision, which is not so common as far as the radio is concerned, because the most radios are not transmitted in the television, or also even though in Italy it's quite common, because I know that there are few television stations which are exactly the radio station, which are the radio stations. Like you have the vision and the sound also.
Yeah,
so you can listen to the music, and you can watch the clips, or watch the interviews with guests. Even though in Poland it's not so common to there's no such stations as far as I know. Or
television can be very helpful during learning the languages, new languages, But listening to the radio can be a good option for the people that are very busy with the work, with the university, because actually you can listen to the radio everywhere, in the bus, in the during having a walk, during traveling. So maybe that's a good option about the radio.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. If you don't have time to turn on the television, you can choose the radio to learn a new language.
Yeah, because you don't need to be that focused on listening while watching TV programs.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think that we had said enough today. Thank you for joining us, Olga, in the last minutes of this podcast. Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Clementine, for coming. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
And see you soon, I hope.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.